Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth part of our first chapter of history, the rise of nationalism in Europe. In this part, we are going to cover the revolutions of 1848. And you'd remember that this revolution was led by the liberals. What we read previously was the period of 1830s, where it was a great time of hunger, hardship, and the popular revolt of 1830s. So now we are moving ahead to 1848 and we'll be covering the revolutions that occurred during this period. So this was the revolution by the liberals. So all the revolutions we have read so far were led by the poor of Europe. But now we'll be covering the revolution that was led by educated middle class. So whereas poor was doing their other revolution, simultaneously the educated middle class was also underway of a revolution. So in other parts of Europe, people combined their demands of constitutionalism with national unification. So there were different people and they had different ideas. Some were supporting constitutionalism and some were supporting national unification. So by this time, the educated middle class collaborated their groups with the ideas of constitutionalism and nationalism. So, and what they overall wanted was that they took advantage of the popular unrest to push their demands. So, what were their demands of this liberal group? Their demands was to create a nation state on parliamentary principles. It means what are parliamentary principles? That you need a constitution, they need freedom of press, and they also need freedom of association. So, these were the parliamentary principles, and the liberals were demanding constitution are on the basis of parliamentary principle. So nation state, constitution and the parliamentary principle, all these ideas got collaborated by this 1858 revolution of the liberals. So now we'll be learning about a specific country of the revolution of liberals, that is Germany, revolution in Germany. So what happened in Germany was, in the German regions, a large number of political associations whose members were middle class professionals decided to vote for an all-German National Assembly. So as their demands were not being heard by their monarchical kings, so what they did, they simply tried to form a all-German National Assembly. Right. So political association came together in the city of Frankfurt. Frankfurt is a city in Germany, and decided to vote for an all-German National Assembly. So these were the liberals of Germany. They came together at Frankfurt to form an all-German National Assembly. Then what happened next? On 18 May 1848, a very important date that can be asked in your examinations. 18 May 1848, and the year is 1848 and you have the date 18 May. 831 elected representatives joined the Frankfurt Parliament that was convened in the Church of St. Paul. So political association of the liberals. So this was all the revolution by the liberals. So obviously liberals were the ones to participate in these revolutions. So they came together in the city of Frankfurt of Germany and they settled to vote for all German National Assembly. So on 18 May 1848, 831 number of elected representatives, 831 people of Germany, they joined the Frankfurt Parliament. And where was it organized? This parliament was to be convened in the Church of St. Paul. So this was a question that was asked for 1 mark previous year, that where was the all German National Assembly convened? Where was the German Parliament convened, or where was the Frankfurt Parliament convened? So you have to write that this Parliament or the all German National Assembly was convened in Frankfurt in the Church of St. Paul. St. Paul is the most important name for the answer to this question. So after forming an all German National Assembly, they drafted a constitution for their country. Now, if they have formed a constitution, it means they are going to form a constitutional monarchy. So what will be upcoming rule would be of constitutional monarchy. Right. Now someone has to overtake, or someone has to lead this monarchy system. So what they did, they offered the crown to the king of Prussia. Prussia was a very important country. And who was the king of Prussia? Friedrich Wilhelm IV. Okay. So they offered the crown after drafting a constitution. They offered the crown to this king, and this king actually belonged to Prussia. As Prussia, we read, was collaborated in the team of Germany itself and belonged to the German nation. So this king of Prussia was offered the crown of this assembly, all German National Assembly. But he was a very big fool that he rejected it. He rejected the All German National Assembly and he joined the other monarchs. Obviously, he would support his kings or his or the people of his class. So he joined other monarchs. So due to opposition by aristocrats and military, the basis of parliament eroded. So finally, this All German National Assembly also fell down. Why? Because of the opposition by aristocrats. Who are the aristocrats? Aristocrats we discussed in the first part of the chapter. Aristocrats are the people belonging to the upper class, right? The members of the upper class are known as the aristocrats. So due to opposition by these aristocrats who were supported by the military forces, this parliament or this idea of the German National Assembly eroded. So this was the revolution of Germany, right? Now, not only liberals and the poor peasants had revolutions, even women or the feminists had struggled for a long time to get their political rights. So what was their role during these revolutions? They formed their own political associations, they found newspapers and took part in political meetings. So this was just to show that even they want rights and even they are struggling for their rights in Europe. So in the Frankfurt Parliament of Germany, we discussed right now, this Frankfurt Parliament of Germany, where was it convened? It was convened at St. Paul, a church. St. Paul is the name of the church, which is in Frankfurt. So St. Paul is the church where this Frankfurt Parliament was convened. What was the date, if you remember? The date was 18 May 1848. So on 18 May this parliament was convened. So what was the role of women? Where were women in this parliament? Did they have any role? No, they didn't had any role. They were admitted only as observers to stand in the visitors gallery. So this is an image given in the textbook. Like this is the parliament that is convened in the church. This is the St. Paul church, right? This is the church of St. Paul. And here at the center you have the parliament. And you can see that in the visitors gallery, apart from this main parliament, this is the main parliament, you have some people standing here, you have some observers at the top. So women were only admitted as observers. They didn't participate in the parliament as the member of the parliament. So this was the conditions of women. They were not given any right to either to vote or to form any associations or to stand in elections. So women were only admitted as observers or viewers of this parliament. So despite this, they were denied to suffrage rights during the election in the assembly. So in the election of assembly too, they were denied the suffrage rights. What was suffrage? We discussed that it was the right to vote. So when the Frankfurt Parliament was convened, they were only admitted as observers. The next, we have an important term of feminists. This is related to women itself. Awareness of women's rights and interests based on the belief of the social, economic and political equality of the genders. It means anyone who supports equality of men and women or supports the rights of women is a feminist. Even the person is feminist and even the idea is known as feminist. Right, so this was our political rights to women and the revolution of 1848 by liberals. So in the next part of the chapter, we have a very important, very important as well as a very interesting